The sky glows with soft shades of peach and gold. Morning dew sparkles like tiny gems on the grass. A gentle breeze moves through the valley of whispering trees. On a low branch near a sparkling stream sits Noor, a small gray bird with tired eyes and wings that droop a little. She whispers to herself, "Why is life so hard for me? Why do things never go my way?" Her voice shakes. She hasn't slept properly in days. She feels lost, burdened, and invisible. Noor flies a little, gathers food, returns to her branch, and sighs. Every day feels the same, difficult and lonely. Our nest got destroyed. I can never find enough food. The world is so unfair. She complains to herself again and again. But the more she complains, the heavier her heart feels, and the darker her world becomes. A soft flutter of wings breaks the silence. A large white pigeon, Ayaan, known across the forest for his wisdom, lands beside Noor. His feathers shine under the morning sun. He watches Noor with calm, gentle eyes. "You look troubled, Noor," he says softly. "What burdens your heart so deeply?" Noor sighs. "Ayaan, everything in life hurts. Nothing ever works out for me. I keep suffering no matter what I do." Ayaan listens without interrupting. When Noor finishes speaking, Ayaan asks quietly, "Noor, when was the last time you said thank you?" Noor blinks. "For what?" "My life is full of problems." Ayaan smiles gently. "That is why you suffer. You see only what is missing, not what you already have." Noor frowns, confused. "What do you mean?" Ayaan lifts his wing and points toward the sky. "Look up." Noor looks. Above them, the sky is wide and endless. "You can fly," Ayaan says. "Do you know how many creatures wish they had wings? Yet you wake up every morning and forget to be grateful." Noor stays silent. Ayaan continues, "You are healthy, breathing, alive. But your heart is focused only on what you lack, so your life feels empty." His voice is firm but kind. "Noor, gratitude is not something you feel after your life becomes easier. Gratitude is what makes your life easier." Ayaan hops closer. "I will teach you something powerful, something that stops suffering and brings peace back into your life." Noor's eyes widen with curiosity. Ayaan says, "For the next 10 days, you must say one simple sentence. Thank you, God, for everything. Say it whenever you wake up, whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel worried. Say it again and again until your heart begins to understand it." Noor whispers, "But how can saying thank you change anything?" Ayaan answers, "When you complain, your suffering grows. When you compare, your peace disappears. When you fear, your future becomes dark." He pauses. "But when you say thank you, even once, light enters your heart. When you repeat it, your whole life begins to change." Noor doesn't fully understand, but something inside her softens. The next morning, Noor wakes up and forces herself to say, "Thank you, God, for everything." But her voice is weak. Her doubts are strong. She tries again. "Thank you, God." It feels strange, uncomfortable, almost fake. She sighs in frustration. This doesn't work. Ayaan appears again. "Noor," he says, "gratitude is like learning to fly again after an injury. It feels painful at first, but it transforms you with time." He touches her wing gently. "Just keep going." Noor forces herself again. "Thank you, God, for everything." Something very small shifts inside her chest. Not a miracle, but a tiny moment of peace. For the first time in days, she eats without complaining. Just for a moment, the world feels less heavy. As Noor searches for food, she finds a cluster of fresh berries hidden under the bushes, something she rarely finds. Her eyes widen. She remembers Ayaan's words. She smiles slightly and whispers, "Thank you, God." For this, Noor sits near the stream and watches her reflection. For the first time, she notices something. Her feathers glisten beautifully in the sunlight. Her wings, though small, are strong. Her heartbeat is steady. She whispers, "Thank you for giving me a body that still works." She notices the coolness of the breeze. She notices the way sunlight warms her wings. She notices how the stream always gives her water. These small things had been in her life every day, but she had never thanked God for them. Now she whispers, "Thank you, God, for these tiny gifts I never noticed." A quiet sense of peace begins wrapping around Noor like a soft blanket. Nothing extraordinary happens, but her heart feels lighter. She doesn't know why, but she smiles more that day than she has in weeks. A sudden cold wind passes through the valley. It becomes harder to fly. Her wings hurt. Old Noor would have cried, "Why me? Why now?" But this time, she whispers with steady breath, "Thank you, God. I trust you." And surprisingly, her fear doesn't grow. Her heart stays calm. Ayaan returns and notices the glow in Noor's eyes. "You have changed," he says gently. Noor nods. "I feel lighter, not because life got easier, but because I became stronger." Ayaan smiles proudly. That is the power of gratitude. Noor sees a tiny finch struggling to lift a stick. She flies over and helps the finch without hesitation. The finch chirps happily, "Thank you." Noor's heart warms. Helping others suddenly feels beautiful. On the 10th morning, Noor wakes up before sunrise. She looks at the sky pink and gold. Without force, without doubt, without effort, her heart naturally whispers, "Thank you, God, for everything." And for the first time in a long time, she truly means it. Sitting on her branch, Noor reflects on the past 10 days. She realizes something deep. My life was never empty. My eyes were. She had blessings all around her, but she was blind to them. Gratitude didn't change her life. It changed her vision, and her vision changed her life. Ayaan appears one last time. "Noor," he says softly, "your suffering was never in the events of your life. Your suffering lived in the way you looked at life." He pauses. "When you change your perspective, your destiny changes. If you're tired of suffering, if you're tired of feeling unlucky, if life feels heavy and painful, remember Noor. She didn't escape her struggles by force. She escaped them through gratitude. When you learn to say, 'Thank you, God, for everything,' even before things improve, your suffering slowly dissolves. Your heart becomes peaceful. Your life begins to make sense. Gratitude doesn't erase problems. It transforms you so you can rise above them. Start today. Start now. Say it with your heart. Thank you, God, for everything.